Hey guys, it is Thursday, and I didn't edit the quest. I was looking at the online Reddit, and apparently the Hyde Park prescribed burn is happening today. So I kind of rushed out of my house, and I was like, oh, I don't want to miss it. I try to come out every year, and I guess I'm barely making it this year. It does kind of feel like, well, they have to wait for good weather to do the burn, but they kind of announced that they're doing it last minute. So yeah, I guess I was busy yesterday and didn't see any news stories about it, but I'm at Hyde Park. I'm looking for the people doing the burn. It's like 2 hours-ish after they said that they were going to start, so kind of surprised I'm not seeing any smoke. But who knows? Maybe it just takes them a while to get started. Like, I've definitely been here when they said that they were going to start, and then it's taken them a long time to actually get started before in previous years. But I'm seeing the people that look like they're going to be doing some burning. And yeah, here's a bunch of volunteers. I get over here them talking about how they were going to do the wildlife scare. So they've spread out in kind of a weird line, and they're making a bunch of noise trying to get any snakes or squirrels or whatever to get out of here before they burn down the woods. And yeah, that makes sense. I watched that for a little bit, but I'm looking for the guys with the lighters. So I went up the path that's kind of on the side here and found where the indigenous people, they're doing some singing and dancing. And that's nice. Apparently doing some forest fire stuff was a part of land management stuff that indigenous people would do. And that's cool. So yeah. News guy going out into the no-go zone. Yeah, there was other news guys watching, and they were all kind of like shit-talking him. He's like, it's always that guy, just going right up to the zones where people said not to go. But, yeah. Anyways, you can see them doing the perimeter burn here. So, they burn a small section, and that way when they do the big burn, they can't, it has a hard time jumping past all the already burned up material. And yeah, looking good. They've got guys watching the perimeter burns, so if any part gets a little bit too big, they can put it out. They've got backpacks with water on them, as you see here. That's what that guy's doing. Yeah, in the audience, there was somebody who said that they did a prescribed burn, and they told the story of how they let the fire go inside of a big tree. I'm like, yeah, I guess they are just letting the pyromaniac guys do these sometimes. And apparently you have to cut down a tree if it's burning from the inside, and he got in trouble for that. And I'm like, who? Just kind of a crazy story to tell, but whatever. Anyways, you can see the main burn here going through. And it does have to be kind of hot to actually be effective. And this helps kill the invasive species, because the native plants and insects are all supposed to be able to withstand some amount of fire. And I guess if not, maybe that's just a part of the nature calling that might happen. But we gotta simulate nature in our cultivated garden park. That's just a part of it. So anyways, things are getting a little bit smoky. I'm kind of standing in not a very smoky spot, and people are trying to corral us down to a safe viewing area. Which I went a little bit, but if it got too smoky, I just stopped, and I don't know, I guess nobody's really enforcing it that hard. But eventually the smoke does clear out, and I can make my way more and more south. Just taking lots of videos. It's mostly smoke here, not very close to the fire. But the safe viewing area, turns out, was a pretty good spot to view. Because the fire came pretty close. And as it got big, like, you could really feel the heat off of it. Like, this isn't very big yet. Yeah, here. When I was doing this, I was like, whoa. The guys that are close must be really feeling it. I'm like on the other side of the road and I'm feeling it. But yeah, everybody's got to get their photo ops. So, that's fun. I was thinking of doing like kind of a before and after, so I don't know. I guess I didn't really get the best shots for it, but whatever. At some point it was like, you know, here's some bush that's on fire, guys. It's just one of those neat things to see. Yep. Lots of ash left over. Around 5 p.m., people should be allowed to go back into this area. They say they want to let everything die out completely. But it is more or less done in like an hour. They had a guy going around raking and spraying any last flames. So yeah, there's like 4 other areas that they're gonna burn, and I felt like just watching that one was enough for me. So I'm gonna head home. And it's nicer to just go back through High Park instead of like Parkside Road or whatever. And yeah, dog in a backpack. That's pretty cute. On my way back home, I did want to stop at a couple of the bike shops, checking out Sweet Pete's. I was thinking of getting a second quad lock mount for my backup bike, but it'd be nice to have my handlebars like with me. And yeah, I was looking at their bike bells. They have some really nice ones, but they don't have any demos for it. And some of these I'm like, over $100? That's fucking crazy. But I guess there's like a Bluetooth speaker in that one as well as being a bike bell. Yeah, and their bike bags. I'm like, damn, $115 for this tiny bag? I should be making bike bags or something. Because they don't look that hard to make. Anyways, I guess since I was over here, I also went into the Bike Depot. Another scam here. Top tube protectors. I'm like, this is just some squares of fabric. For $80? That's wild. I did like the sound of that bell. Been thinking it might be nice to have a more courteous bell, because my current bell is really great for people in cars that like are gonna have a hard time hearing a gentle bell. But when somebody's just like standing in the bike lane, I don't need to blast them with the loudest bell possible usually. But yeah, I didn't get anything. I just kind of looked around. I did pick up some trash cleaning supplies from my house, and I'm headed over to Adam and Don's. We're gonna do a park cleanup. There's a group called Don't Mess with the Don that is dedicated to cleaning up the Don Valley and river. And they do trash pickups. There's kind of an event going on where every bag that you pick up at whatever park, some group will donate $5 to that group that does the cleanup. So that's kind of what inspired our park cleanup that we're gonna do. And I stopped at Alex's place and yelled at him until he came outside. You know, he's been thinking a lot lately. Too much, in fact. I'm like, let's do some walking instead of thinking. So yeah, met up at Adam and Don's. Got Bento out here. We're ready to do our trash pickup. We've got this trash bag in a net technology to make it easier for everybody, I guess. You know, you don't have to directly hold the bag with your hand, and it's like nice and open kind of thing. So it was going good. And Adam cleaning up the sewer drain. It's a little bit early. I'm like, this is a park clean, but the sewer drains do usually just drain directly into the lake, and trash gets put in there by accident. Or, you know, sometimes people just don't realize that they're throwing trash directly into a lake. But anyways, we made our way to the park. We're doing our cleaning up. Picking up with these grabbers. It's kind of fun. There's lots of little trash in Monarch Park that, if you're just looking at the park, you probably don't really notice it. You kind of gotta look intently at it, because it kind of blends in when it's small. Lots of cigarette butts and some old plastic, maybe like a old rubber from a dog ball or something. This is the dog off-leash area. And that was our first bag. Kind of half a bag, but because of the net, it's like, makes it weird. Yeah. Going around here. Newspaper, how to protect our lakes, guy. We did separate that into the paper recycling. And then we just dumped out this one. So I'm not sure how to count this for the volunteering thing, because we picked up 4 bags, but we didn't bag them, and they wanted pictures, and sometimes we just dumped it in the bin. I don't know. In the end of the day, we'll probably just donate $10 to the Don't Mess with the Don and be like, it all worked out in the end. Cleaned up this park a little bit, and Don't Mess with the Don will continue doing their thing. Yeah, there's a bunch of bugs back there. But we did a pretty slow walk, mostly through the perimeter of the park, and spent 2 hours doing this. 2 hours of fun picking up trash. We also picked up around the kids' playground a little bit, and these 2 kids got super into picking up trash. We let them use the trash picker uppers, and their mom was like, leave these people alone. Don't bother them. But we were all like, yeah, kid, you pick up the trash. Yeah. And some fetch with Bento. He seemed to love it. Yeah, I think he had a good time being outside. Although it wasn't as active for him, since we were walking so slow. There's a bird foot in there, by the way. And the park is definitely better than when we first came. And that's nice. Picking up some trash. Yeah, there's some trash at the school here. We picked up some more on the way back to Adam and Don's place. We dropped off Bento. And this dog, loving being outside. Locked him up for a bit so we could go over to the Wren and eat some food. Yeah, Don's got pottery night tonight. Yeah, ate a burger and salad. Pretty nice. Don's already headed off for her pottery class thing. And Adam, Alex, and I, we just hung out for a bit longer and came back to their place and chilled out. We watched Lupin. Netflix adaptation of Lupin, I guess. I was only familiar with the anime Lupin. But yeah. Then we ate some coleslaw as a snack. With the sesame koopy. Pretty tasty. And watched some Witch Hat Atelier. All in all, pretty good day of hanging out, looking at stuff. Alex seemed happy to get out instead of not getting out, so I'm glad I harassed him into coming out and hanging out with us. But yeah, just heading home now. Another free TV on here. Maybe it works, I don't know. Yeah, kind of a long day. I'm glad to see that I locked up the bridgeway outside, and seems like my neighbor can still lock up here. They've been locking up there most of these days. So it's just good that I'm not blocking them.